What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and also a little bit of weird news about halfway through. I am joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
Great, Conor. Fabulous intro today. Really proud of you.
Thank you. I feel like I should say thank you, but like I don't think you mean it.
No, being genuine. That's the best it's ever been. You nailed it.
I don't think so.
Come on.
Everyone message in with your favourite 4 to 7 second intros.
Ooh, I would love, I'm not going to do it, but if anyone wants to edit every intro to the show ever together into one 7-second waveform and just see how similar it is, that'd be hilarious.
I want to hear my tone. I wonder if my tone is the same, not even the words.
I think early days, like first, this is episode 13, but early days of the show, I think it would be a lot calmer. Whereas now I think you put a bit more showmanship into the intro.
Look, it's a razzmatazz. It's Hollywood.
We're trying to sell ourselves, folks.
I don't give a shit about movies. No. Haven't watched one for many years.
We haven't cared in so... No, we enjoyed the show. We like the format as it is now.
So this is the Heroes for Hire show, Shaun. As I mentioned, the first 40 minutes of this episode will be movie news. It'll be all of the week's movie news, and then the last 40 minutes of the show we will move into our weird news section. So if you're here for weird news, there will be a timestamp down below. You can have a click on it, go straight there, and we'll just take it on. It's like a brand new episode within an episode.
2 for 1, folks.
2 for 1. If Shaun remembers to put the timestamp,
I will confess.
Let me know.
Last week I published the episode, realised I forgot it, immediately put the timestamp in.
As we always say, if he fucks up, someone tell me on Instagram or Facebook or respond.
They're not going to do that because they're cool,
question.
Okay? They're on my side. They're my friends.
Right. But yeah, if you could give this a like, a follow, a share, that would be really, really helpful. A comment is always absolutely legendary. We have a Patreon down below. The link is in the description. If you want to head on over there, you can support the show. That would be, just out of this world amazing.
But peek behind the curtain. That's how the show keeps getting made, is all of those people.
Exactly.
So thank you to everyone.
And I mean, Shaun, for the patrons, they get a movie review every single month.
Hell yeah, they
get like access to all that private content that doesn't come up over here on the Heroes for Hire stream.
Is there anything else
but
they
also,
get,
Shaun, there's a little thing happening on the 20th of this month. That is 2 weeks from now. Saturday, 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm busy.
That is going to be our summer bash, Shaun. Our little summer hangout with the patrons.
I will be there in a 2-piece, that's correct.
I suppose. No, I have invited you to a different chat. You have a different link.
You have to be 18 plus to view it.
But so if you have never been to one day before, what it is all the patrons get an invite to a little bit of a hangout with us. It's over Google Meet, and all that happens is we kind of all jump on a call with cameras on, cameras off, whatever you want, and me and Shaun just have a chat with you all, just talk shit. We talk about movies you like, you didn't like. We might do a ranking of something.
Yeah, we usually have a little activity that we do just to like keep conversation going and have something to tip away at.
And it normally takes about 90 minutes or to 2 hours, so it starts at 1:30 on Saturday time and finishes about 3:30.
Yeah, this is Irish times, by the way. It's whatever time that is in your part of the world.
We can't tell you where you
We're
are.
We're not doing the work, I'm sorry.
I can't tell you specifically every time zone.
Connor will send the invite and you can figure it out from there.
And if you're not a patron and you would like an invite, the easiest way to do that is just to become a patron. You can come for like even $2 a month, $5 a month. You do get access to all the movie reviews, so obviously we would recommend that. But you can do $2, $1 if you want. And so you'll get an invite straight away. All the patrons automatically invited. Otherwise, if you don't want to become a patron, just message us privately and we will send you an invite to the meeting itself. So, Shaun, we've set it up. We're probably going to pitch it a few more times before the 20th.
Oh yeah, be ready to hear this again, folks.
A few times, yeah. But Shaun, it's time to move into this week's movie news, and there's only one place to start, and I'm starting this week with a man that whenever he pops up, we have to chat about I suppose the man who we just never seen this happening to. Yeah,
the dark horse of the Irish acting world.
And that is Paul Mescal. So Gladiator 2 has released its first few shots, featuring Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal.
And Denzel.
And Denzel looking... I mean, he looks like Denzel.
I mean, he's got that shit on, though, hasn't he?
It's man, just killing it. And it's just a still image, so they just released some of the first few images. If you don't know, they are doing a Gladiator 2. This is from Russell Crowe's Gladiator 20 years ago, or 25 years ago now.
Jesus.
So they're doing a follow-up called Gladiator 2. Nice and simple. Paul Mescal is the leading man in it. Pedro Pascal is in it. Denzel Washington is in it. Ridley Scott is directing it.
I don't know if Ridley Scott directing something holds the same clout that it used to, by the way. Because I think a lot of his stuff recently has been hit or miss. However, I am still excited for Gladiator 2.
You know what, though? I think he's one of those, he's just a filmmaker.
He's earned it. And, he's done enough.
And the thing is, he might have some misses, but he has so many hits that you gotta respect it. Because he's just he kills it. And if he wants to make a little shitty movie every so often, that's cool too. Or a little alien movie that's not very good.
Or a Last Duel, perhaps. It just didn't grab me. I know people like it, but it didn't grab me.
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of has that kind of thing where he can do a few bad ones, and it's like he can still do a banger 2 movies later.
Yeah, and Gladiator 2, of all the unnecessary sequels, is the one that I'm kind of hyped for.
This is the most unnecessary, but also the one that has Paul Mescal, he's our god.
Yeah, looks great in this, by the way.
Absolutely jacked to the gills. So he is.
Just what I appreciate is that they've made everyone fucking sweaty and dirty in all of these images.
Well, that's the way to do it.
It's the only way I'll have them.
The only thing that stood out to me, though, is the difference between someone put the shot of Russell Crowe in the Colosseum and then Paul Mescal in the Colosseum, and the difference in the images, the difference in the cameras that were used to take those
probably
pieces.
film for the first one, was it? It wasn't.
It was film for the first one, and the sunlight looks lovely.
Yeah.
Lets it all in. The digital one that's done nowadays, it's not until you see them side by side that you see like the massive difference between the two of them.
Yeah, the best version of digital looking like film is Knives Out, because
I know why. Why?
So because sunlight through a window blows out a specific way on film, like it exposes the film in a very particular way, and the dude who did the cinematography for Knives Out wrote a script for the editing software to mimic that, and it's a subtle thing that you never would think of, but subconsciously you pick up on as like, oh, that's how film looks.
Now, you could say, why didn't they just shoot it on film? But it's cheaper to shoot it on digital.
It's so only Christopher Nolan can shoot on film, basically.
Christopher Nolan's the only guy who's like, I'm shooting on film and you don't tell me anything else, because any studio would be insane to be like, actually, no, Chris, we're going to give you digital cameras. He'd be like, okay, well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, like that's it. And also shooting on film's insane for sound, because film cameras are fucking loud. Like, because you're literally rolling film at 24 frames a second. So Christopher Nolan, he does everything in 2 takes, one with the camera on, one with the camera off, doing them identically, and then syncs up the audio after. It's insane.
Just outrageous. But yeah, so that was just sort of I noticed in the images. These are just our first looks, obviously, so we haven't even got a trailer, we have nothing to go off of. But Shaun, I just kind of wanted to bring up the fact that, like, this cast is looking real good.
It is.
For this movie that really probably shouldn't exist, but is it kind of dragging us in? What's going on?
I saw a comparison as well of, it's Pedro Pascal next to a statue of a Roman emperor.
Yeah, he just looks like a Roman guy.
Yeah, like his profile is the exact same. I'm weirdly hyped for this, and I didn't think I would be, because I only watched Gladiator for the first time maybe 5 years ago.
Right.
So I don't have like a big attachment to it. But it's a solid film. And if this is another solid film, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion though, which is worrying.
No, it's not. But like, no movie has to, is it?
I know.
Look, I watched the first Gladiator years and years and years ago. I was a lot younger, and I just remember being like, this is the coolest movie ever.
Yeah.
And then like you grow up and you're like, oh, that's actually a fucking great movie. Still, it may not be the coolest movie ever, but it's a fucking fantastic film.
Yeah.
And Russell Crowe is amazing.
Oh, Russell Crowe kills it. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing in it as well.
Just
and I think Paul Mescal is playing his son, I think.
So Paul Mescal will be playing, hang on, the protagonist will be Lucius Vero, a child who appeared in the original movie, now grown up and played here by Paul Mescal.
Right. Lucius. Lukey.
Big Luke.
Big Luke. And then also the original Gladiator, budget of 103 million, made 465 million at the box office.
But you see, back then nobody gave a shit about that.
You were just making movies, lads.
Just make a good one.
2000.
People will go watch it.
It was...
Yeah, it's fine. This cast is amazing, as I was stating before. So, like, and also just seeing Paul Mescal in this kind of movie, it's going to be weird, because even like the shots that they've come out, I'm like, it's big fucking Irish head.
Yeah.
Just even in the one shots that he's like looking cool and jacked, I'm like, still looks like a lad you'd see down the pub.
Do you think he's going to do the accent? Vague British. Is that what we're going for?
I think vague. It's going to be vague.
Yeah.
It's going to be vague, whatever it is.
He's not doing, a period accurate fucking Roman accent.
Not that he couldn't. I'm sure he could, but Denzel is not doing an accent.
What if it's all in Italian and there's subtitles? Like, what if that's what's going on?
You know what? Actually, I think that would be the coolest thing of all time if they did that. They're just like, no, fuck you, right? Learn Italian.
Yeah. What's mad is we were meant to have Barry Keoghan in this movie as well.
Yes, they were going to go with the Barry Paul Mescal double, and now that's going to the Beatles.
That's true. Oh, so at least they'll get to hang out, yeah.
We just want them to hang out. We just want the press tour with the two lads.
Paul seems way more chill than Barry, I'll be honest.
I think Paul would be a bit put off by Barry.
I don't know if they would hang out socially.
I don't know. I think they would clash. I think they'd be okay for a few of them, and then Paul like, all right, chill out, man.
All right, man, we can just have a couple of drinks.
We don't have to go mad.
Yeah.
I think this is something to just be really excited about. I'm very interested to see the trailer, to see but everything I've seen so far, is giving off the impression that this could be really, really good.
Are you saying cinema is saved, Connor? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying cinema is saved. I'm just saying it could be good.
Dead.
Furiosa, nobody went to see it. So
True, and that's a real good movie.
That's a real good movie, so we don't know what's going to happen. We should be getting those Mad Max Furiosa movies for like next decade, or like we should just be milking them out because they're so fucking good, but nobody goes to see them, so they won't make it. That's unfortunate.
But it happens, like it's this arc of like it's made, it's real good, no one sees it, it gets a real cult following, and then 10 years later they make another one. That's where Mad Max is.
Yeah, it's like that movie Furiosa. From like clips, some of the clips that are going around online as well with some of the techniques used in it, it's stuff that we haven't seen before. That it's like, even especially the bit where like the guy's flying into the air where the camera follows him.
And it like cranes up to follow.
Just amazing stuff.
It's pure, like it's this sounds wanky. It's the love of filmmaking. You're just doing shit.
I think the better way to say that is they locked in.
They locked in hardcore.
They did the opposite of falling off. Halfway through, they locked in.
God, I wish I could lock in.
For one day.
It's been over for so long.
It's been over. It's over. We're back.
It's over. We're back.
It's over. I just one time in my life want to say, get the word out, we back up, but mean it.
Well, yeah, not as a joke, but for sincerely.
Not as a joke. I want to actually be back up.
That's going to be good. It's going to happen.
So I want to move on from Gladiator 2 because there was another little piece of news that caught my eye this week, and it's based around Star Wars. And now last week we had a long discussion about Star Wars and about Daisy Ridley's movie that she's doing that is rumoured to be Star Wars 10 and all this. And we were like, that's crazy. Why would Daisy Ridley come back to do any of those movies?
Yes.
But
money.
I have more rumours about this movie, Shaun, that you might be interested in. But this one makes sense with what the previous rumour said, so they kind of come together. Because this is from one of the industry insiders, Daniel Rickman, saying that Daisy Ridley's Star Wars film is scheduled to begin filming later on this year, and revealed that the cast will feature a lot of new young adult leads.
Right. Okay. So they're doing Jedi Academy.
They're doing... Look, to me, if we go off the basis of the previous piece of rumours that were going around, that Daisy Ridley's going to teach all these young Jedi, then they're going to do new adult leads. I mean, this also leads into the whole, this is number 10, because you bring all the new leads in, all the young adult leads, to basically be like 11 and 12, locked in.
Here's my issue, right? And I have a couple of issues, but the main one is that I don't think they're doing this movie for the express purpose of setting up more movies with these kids. I think they're doing this movie so they can rebrand the Star Wars section of every Disneyland into, hey, it's just like the movie. You're going to learn to be a Jedi. And I think that's why this movie's getting made. And it's going to be a 2-hour ad for Disneyland.
You're saying it's a 250 million ad for a theme park, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And tell me I'm wrong, I dare you.
Well, this is coming from a man who loves the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Hey, shut the fuck up, first of all.
First of all,
First of all, that's one right. They've never expanded on it. All they've done is change the maquette to look a bit more like Jack Sparrow.
Your defense is, first of all, it was a ride before the movie,
yes.
So actually...
Alright, okay, come for John Carter of Mars, why don't you? Come for Tomorrowland, Connor. What's your deal?
So worked up. Absolutely destroyed him.
Come for Muppets Haunted Mansion, I dare you.
Oh man, no, but like, look, it's all said and done. What I would say is that doing this for the ride does actually sound like something they would do, which is quite funny. But on the opposite side, if I'm Daisy Ridley, I'm looking at this like, you gotta kill me in one. Like, if we're doing this trilogy and you really want to do this, I'm doing the Harrison Ford butcher me in the first one.
That would be great, to be honest. Now, they could still bring her back as a Force ghost at any fucking time. So, like, who do you have? Like, so Daisy Ridley's leading a Jedi Academy. One of the Padawans presumably starts reading about the dark side.
So are we just doing
it again? Because I thought the whole deal was like, oh, you can have light and dark. That's good. That's fine.
But she completely goes against that. Like the first
like,
kid.
Nah, we gotta be good.
This kid's a fucking dickhead. Let's kill him.
I want a shot-for-shot remake of where Luke Skywalker nearly kills Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but Rey butchers the little kid.
I want her to actually kill him.
Yeah, butchers, but then butchers the witnesses.
Yeah.
And so then ultimately the school has to close down, and then we just go from we just open a new school.
We keep opening new schools.
Move to a different town, open a new school, start again.
I don't. What's the point anymore?
We don't. So last week you had fully given up. I thought this news would drag you back in.
No, I'm back. Like I was on Wikipedia today reading about random Star Wars things, Connor.
Yeah, you love this. You love all this stuff.
I love it all, but also like the Acolyte is coming out and I'm not watching it. I'm like, I don't care. Manny Jacinto looks great in it. He's
did you see the clip that they put out?
Oh, of course I saw the clip they put out, Connor.
No, the clip that is just like Manny Jacinto. That's the tweet, and it's just literally clips of him from the show to be like, you want to watch it? This guy's super hot.
Thing is, I would watch it for him. But I don't want to watch the rest of the stuff around it.
That is an issue. You have to watch the rest of it. Unless someone does... You're going to wait for that YouTube video and it's like 9 minutes of all of his clips in the Acolyte.
I'm just watching TikTok fucking thirst traps of him. Like, that's all I need.
Fantastic hair.
Great lightsaber form as well, yeah.
Great lightsaber performances. Oh, just fantastic stuff. I mean, we should do like a whole movie where everyone's just that cool, but then is anyone cool? If everyone is that cool.
I think if you do that, you get Fast and the Furious, but Star Wars. Which, as I'm saying it, sounds like the best thing ever.
Sounds pretty good. Pod racing, but like actually, in the Star Wars world, but they need the pod race to save the city.
No, I still want them stealing like VHS players. Like
they're pod racing, but for VHS.
The Star Wars equivalent of a VHS, yeah.
They need to just rob a Wookiee of something.
He's just going about his day. He's just the driver. He's not even involved.
Just like his shopping. He's walking over to the shops and they like pod race around them and they steal his shopping and drive away.
He's pushing a pram across the road, but it's full of cans of beans or something. Like
he falls over, the pram starts rolling into the sand, and the pods are coming.
2 Yodas come by and they're carrying a big sheet of glass, and they're like, "Oh no!"
I'm telling you, there's money to be made.
You're leaving money on the table, Disney.
Think of the ride you can have at Disneyland. I just thought, new young adult leads. The one person that, to be fair, if you want to bring new people in, first of all, I'm very sad for all them and their families.
Yeah.
It's a role that you want but you don't want. Secondly, the perfect person to bring in would be Ray. But then what I would also do is I would bring in Finn and have Daisy Ridley and John Boyega sit them down and be like, look, Oscar Isaac escaped it because he's just too cool.
Yeah.
But me and her, we got killed.
Do you want me to go through a list of some of the top this is young teen actors of 2024?
Don't be looking up young teen actors.
No, because Connor, I googled young adult actors. The first result in teen actors, Timothée Chalamet. He's pretty big.
He's not.
Jacob Elordi.
Teenager.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler was like 34.
Tom Holland. Like this, the internet is dead.
So the internet doesn't understand that you're looking for... Maybe legally it can't show you teenagers.
I'm looking for young adults.
Okay.
For casting purposes.
How old is Austin Butler?
He's
got to be 30.
Austin Butler is 32.
Yeah, that's fine, but why is he a young and upcoming actor?
Hollywood's best young actors. Zendaya, Jenna, these are not, what are we doing here? Sydney Sweet, Letitia Wright, all of these people,
That's like in 2004 being new Hollywood upcoming actor Tom Cruise.
Oh, he's going to
really make it these days.
Do you know Tom Cruise is born on July 3rd? He's one day before America Day.
What does that mean, though? Is that a conspiracy theory that he's the most American or the least American?
I think he's the closest to being an American that anyone can possibly be.
What about all those people born on July 4th?
No, they have motion smoothing on their TVs.
They're too in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have the emotional connection.
Must feel great to be a real patriot and born on July 4th. The confidence would be amazing.
Would it?
Yeah.
Because I think you're not going to get the same presents. I think people are going to be too busy with fireworks, with barbecues. They're not going to be taking.
Oh, you'd have
what
two
are we going to get little Tommy?
Sure,
But the parties are for America, they're not for you. You'll never have a birthday party just for you.
See, it's the argument of being born on Christmas. It's Jesus did okay out of it.
Yeah, but he got the first one. He got the first one.
Right?
That meant that he got all the gifts. They weren't even thinking about the big dinners or anything else.
No, not a turkey to be had, lads.
Not a turkey to be had. Look, I just thought you might be interested in the fact that all these new adult leads. I mean, so we're saying confirmed Austin Butler, Zendaya, Tom Holland to lead the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and presumably one of the Stranger Things kids.
I'm not entirely convinced that Austin Butler isn't the same age as Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley's not an old person.
I'm pretty sure there's about 2 years in between.
Daisy Ridley, no, they're the same age, 32. Austin Butler is older, in fact.
Bring him in as a young'un.
Good God.
I want her in the movie with Austin Butler to treat him completely like one of the younglings from episode 2 or 3, and it's just and he's walking around in a robe that's way too big for him, and he's like, but master, what do we do?
I don't know what any of this movie is, but everything about it feels studio mandated. I don't think anyone wants to make this.
This movie is fascinating. Daisy Ridley's the only confirmed cast member at this point. The film will also be directed by Academy Award winner Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. Oscar winners, you got Daisy Ridley. Peaky Blinders writer Stephen Knight will be writing the script. So
cool.
Lots of talented people.
My question: does this ever get made?
I think it does.
You think so?
I think it does. and I think it doesn't do as well as they think it will, and then they don't make another one.
Oh, so you think 10... Maybe they're just trying to cap it at 10, an even decade of films.
They go in trilogies until 10 and then just stop at 1.
Yeah, we'll just wrap it up, guys. We'll do a little...
Just wrap it up, it's fine.
What if it's just a clip show of Rey telling the story of what happened in the last 9 movies?
And being like, when she just keeps skipping what happens with Palpatine.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh man, we had some real good.
What are you going to say? In The Force Awakens.
In The Force Awakens, it was absolutely great crack. Let me tell you.
She's aware of the fact she's in a movie.
We're going to move on, Shaun, to our next piece of news, and this is one that I don't know if you're going to like, but James Gunn is obviously running all of the DCU at the moment. He's pretty involved in terms of he runs it with Peter Safran, and he's also directing the Superman movie at the minute, which had more behind the scenes images released, but we're not going to really talk about it this week.
Because then we'll be doing that forever.
We'll do it forever. But what I did want to talk about was last week or the week before, we found out that Chris Pratt was on set in the Superman movie.
Yes.
Now, he's good friends with James Gunn, so I was just like, he's probably visited James Gunn. Be weird if he didn't, right? Now, the problem with Chris Pratt, though, is that he then came out this week and was like, I'm pretty ready. I'd love a role in the DCU. I wouldn't turn it down, you know what I mean? Heads up, FYI, just wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So now my question to you, Shaun, is, first of all, this is definitely happening. I assume he's going to be thrown in for a cameo of some sort. But then two, who do you have Chris Pratt play? Garfield?
He could be Garfield stuck in a tree that Superman saves.
Plot twist.
I would have to be someone minor, because I don't think you're not giving him Batman, Like,
it would be absolutely mad if they did.
Hilarious.
Like, just insane. Just an insane casting that makes no sense.
They made Chris Pratt Batman. You could make him Clayface. Nah, I don't like him as Clayface.
He was asked flat out, would you join, obviously, the competing franchise? And he didn't hesitate in declaring yes, of course.
He's not even that competing anymore. Like, he's...
No, at this point, David, he's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Like,
Star-Lord will return, apparently, but...
I think if James Gunn doesn't return, I don't see Star-Lord returning. So, I think he's pretty wrapped up.
So, I'm trying to think of who's, like, not major in the DC, in DC in general.
The only person I can think of is Booster Gold. That you have
be a decent Booster Gold. You could do... I could see him being, like, an older version. I could see him doing, like, Wesley Dodds. Like, an old... now he's aged out of it. Like, maybe all this happened in the 90s for him. And now it's... And now it's actual superheroes are around.
Yeah, I don't know who you make him play, but I wonder what the fan reaction would be if they were like, oh, Chris Pratt's joining and James Gunn is directing again.
I think if he's joining and James Gunn's directing, I think it's better than if he was just to join on his own, say.
And they had somebody else directing.
Yeah. What if he was Egg Foo? Do you think he'd do Egg Foo?
I think James Gunn would do Egg Foo. What's Egg Foo, Shaun?
Egg Foo is a tastefully done caricature of a big Asian egg.
He spoke, think of the most racist accent you could possibly speak in if you were a white person pretending to be Asian. And they wrote his dialogue in the comic book in the 60s. Yeah. He was fighting Wonder Woman. And they wrote him to say those words with the extra letters added in to the words.
It's not great. We talked about it when Hero Zero before, and it's horrifying.
It was... I had to read that whole comic book, by the way, for that episode of Hero Zero, and I've never been the same, because that is... truly one of the worst comics ever put down to print.
It's real bad. But that character stuck around since, like...
Yeah, he's kind of stuck around in different versions. There's like 5 of them now, and some of them are robotic. The one I did was like the big giant egg that was just an egg.
Yeah, but now he's got like robot legs and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's got that. That's not as racist. The racist one was the real first one.
Not as racist is the best
not as racist. So I could see him doing Egg Foo. if you wanted to do like the robot version, that's something that James Gunn would probably do.
Yeah, what about Plastic Man? Do you like it for Plastic Man? Jim Carrey should be Plastic Man.
I think Jim Carrey as Plastic Man is kind of past.
Yeah.
I think he would have been Plastic Man
30 years ago.
many years ago. I think actually he would be a pretty good Plastic Man. I think he'd be really good. They were doing like a Plastic Man movie before the reset.
Yeah, they were planning on it, weren't they? It was going to be a comedy.
Yeah, so I mean, like, bring him in for... Because I mentioned Booster Gold there, you mentioned Plastic Man. We want him in a role that isn't big.
Yeah.
But, like, just like a comedic character that you can use...
Detective Chimp.
Every so often. I mean, have him as Detective Chimp if you want, it's fine. Don't put him in as John Constantine or something.
No, Jesus, that would be bad.
Although, it'd be funny to see him try and do it.
It'd be great. I'm just looking through a list of DC characters at the minute. And then you got, like... Could he be Ra's al Ghul, perhaps?
I mean, we don't know who the Batman is.
True.
But...
Do you know what? He wouldn't be a bad Shazam. He would get the kid side of it, I feel like.
I don't want to be ageist, but I think he's a bit old for Shazam.
To be... But I don't know.
No, maybe not. I think he could be Shazam, but I don't think they're going to touch Shazam. I mean, the last Shazam movie literally came out last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
I think they'd be insane to like...
Oh, Shazam's back, guys.
Again. it's back, but we can't do Zachary Levi because he's a dick.
Yeah, he's a real bad dude. I just looked, the next one I looked at was, he could play Steel. It's like, nope.
Definitely not.
That'd be hilarious, though.
It would. He's a man who can do anything. He's like Scarlett Johansson. She could be a tree if she wanted
to. Any role. Any role.
A chameleon.
Oh, I've got it. I know what I want him to be.
What do you want?
Bizarro Superman.
Perfect. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Why is he not Bizarro Superman in the new Superman?
Kind of perfect.
I mean, just let him be Bizarro Superman standing beside David Cornswet, who's like 7 inches taller than him.
But he's doing his best, you know?
He's just Bizarro. He's trying his best. Right? We're going to move on, Sean, because I just wanted to talk about something that's been annoying me, and I think we mentioned it a few times on the show. It's about movies, and it's about how studios are consistently trying to destroy their own movies, or the movie and cinema, just in general.
Okay. Sounds like
because
A
Quiet Place, Day One, has decided that at the end of this month, it will be on the 30th of July. So when did that movie come out?
End of June, wasn't it? Middle of June?
It was the 1st of July, I think.
Oh.
So it came out it was the 27th of June. I do apologise. 27th of June it came out. And exactly 33 days later, it will move to digital stream.
Jesus Christ. It's such a we just got to get something, you know?
And it was just this that I read it and I was like, and they're like, A Quiet Place Day One could be coming to your streaming services soon. And I was like, why? What are we doing this?
Just leave it in cinemas for a does it, I know it costs them to put money in cinemas and it costs cinemas money to screen it. But surely you could leave it run for a while, let word of mouth generate, and not announcing it's going to go on streaming is wild. Because now
when it's only on, it's week and a half in cinemas.
Yeah, because now it's I'm just going to wait for that then.
Yeah, well, of course. Because if someone's like, hey, you can pay $20 right now to go see this, or if you wait 30 days, or to see this movie that you're not that pushed about seeing anyway, or you can wait 30 days and see it for free. Well, technically for free, you're paying for the streaming service.
But you know what I mean? If you have it already, that's your overhead is nothing to see the movie.
You can just watch it for free there. You'd obviously be like, well, we'll just, we'll go do something else tonight. It's fine.
Yeah. It's not even to save face, because it looks like they have no faith in the movie at all.
I don't know why, because that's a well-known name. It looks like a really good movie. It's got Lapita in as the lead actress.
Yeah, they put a lot of marketing into it. They did that thing where they're holding up signs for everyone's fucking city.
Yeah.
It makes the movie look worse because you're like, oh, okay, we'll just put it on streaming.
If you'd like to also know that in the first weekend it set a record. It made the most money for the franchise.
What are we doing? Like,
it makes no sense.
Is this Warner Brothers? Is it Quiet Place?
Paramount Pictures.
Right. So they just want anything on Paramount Plus then.
In its first weekend, it made over $50 million.
Dude, like and I imagine the budget was what, like 100, 120?
I did probably 100, but like the first like literal 4 days, it made $50 million.
That's insane.
So if you're a studio, why would anyone be like, yeah, let's move it straight to streaming and tell people it's going?
Dude, the budget was 67 million.
So nearly made its budget back.
What are you doing, lads? You've just killed this in its tracks for making money.
For no reason.
Because I was going to go see this, and now I won't.
And now you're like, I gotta wait 3 weeks.
I'll just wait 3 weeks. Like, and I'll watch it in my house, and I can be scared there. It's
a fascinating concept of just, like, I don't, I feel like we're dumb, but like, we're like, but if you love money that much, and like, studios love money, why not just let it run for like 6 weeks to 8 weeks? And maybe just, I mean, you might not make a lot of money near the end of the run, but you'll still make like $5 million.
But but also like it's the drive of like. I remember going to the cinema as a kid, and you knew, oh, in 6 months this will be out on DVD.
Yeah, this will not come out for another like 8 months. In Ireland, especially, it was like sometimes a year.
Oh yeah, it was insane, and so you'd often get like. That's why, like, fucking Avatar stayed in cinemas for so long, because people kept going to see it, because they weren't going to be able to watch it at home for ages. Like, same happened with Pirates of the Caribbean, if I do say so myself.
We recently reviewed Pirates of the Caribbean 2 over on the Patreon.
Check it
the
out.
One with the big wheel.
Big wheel. It is a big wheel. Saw someone on Twitter today praising the big wheel scene, and I wanted to say something, but then I was shamed by you into thinking it's bad.
What do you mean shamed? I just told the truth. I spoke my truth. Are you telling me my truth was not my truth?
Some people's truth is that it's okay to hit children, Connor. So...
So did you just equate me?
I'm all about equating things these days.
You equated me to not liking a scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 2 as the same as the people who beat up children.
I said both of those things in the same sentence.
Yeah.
And the voters can decide.
Because I think you didn't say it, but you've mentally linked it for all the listeners.
Well, look, if that's the link that people's brains makes, that was now.
You made
I can't
them
say. I didn't make them do it. You can't force people to think things, Connor. Much as you would like to, perhaps. See, again, what I've done there is I've seeded the idea.
You're gaslighting me right now.
Gaslighting's not real.
Oh, maybe it isn't. Okay.
It'd be crazy to believe that.
Maybe it isn't. Okay, he has a good point. I love how anytime I bring up Pirates of the Caribbean and the negative, you just
I get
go straight to, you are a child murderer.
I get so scorched earth about it. It's really funny.
It's not just like, well, actually, Connor, you can have your own opinion, but you're wrong. It's like, no, I've seen you murder people, and I will tell the police.
I've got footage.
So, I mean, I wanted to comment on this because obviously this is going to keep happening, and I just don't understand how anyone thinks this is a good idea for business. And then they're just going to keep giving out about nobody going to the cinema to watch these movies.
Yeah, and it becomes the general audience's fault then.
Yeah, but like, just don't give it to us for like a year.
Yeah,
on streaming services.
Start holding back. Like, genuinely,
is it worth it? Do you make more money for that initial boost of the first week where everybody watches it and then they forget they watch it on Netflix? Or do you make more money by leaving it for another 4 weeks in the cinema and then releasing it 9 months later on streaming?
Even 6 months later. Like, I just think there's this weird, and it's because of COVID that, like, oh, they just needed to put movies out, so they put them on streaming as soon as was fucking feasibly possible. That's not the case anymore. COVID's still a thing, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. And, you know, many restrictions have lightened and all that kind of stuff. But there's still the mentality of like, oh, well, it has to go on streaming as soon as possible. No. Just leave it in the cinemas and let people watch it.
Be grand.
Yeah. Just start.
Don't show it to us.
Start believing in yourselves. All right, you made a good film.
That's our news.
Yeah.
Just start believing in yourself.
Yeah, you listening here, whatever you're doing in life, believe in yourself. Unless it's bad.
Well,
unless you're doing a bad thing.
Unless you're insulting a certain scene from a certain movie.
What scene? What movie?
Then,
Sorry, I blacked out a few minutes ago.
It's a big wheel scene, Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
One of the best scenes in history, Conor.
I think, and if you think that movie's bad, please step up. We're the brave people. You have to step up and say what we believe.
Why? No, we shouldn't get into this. We can't praise the scene.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was going to say something really bad.
You're like, you set fire to all those houses.
Arson's not the word. No, it's a bad crime.
No, don't put anything else on me. Okay.
Arson around.
We're finishing off movie news. I just wanted to touch on this before we got into the weird news section. Did you know, fascinating fact about movies coming out in 2026, Shaun, the Dune 3 and Star Wars' Daisy Ridley movie are set to come out on the same day in December 18th.
I'll tell you which one I'll be watching first.
Fascinating, because that is the current release schedule. I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. Which one moves first?
Oh, Star Wars, surely.
See, Star Wars always has the December release.
True, but like with the success that both Dune movies have had, I think it's a slam dunk that Dune holds on to the spot.
That would be mad.
I would go to see Dune on Christmas Day.
If I told you 10 years ago that Star Wars and Dune would release on the same day and Star Wars would be so afraid that they would move.
Conor, if you told me 10 years ago that Star Wars and Dune were releasing on the same day and I would be excited for Dune, I would have called you insane.
The Dune Messiah, by the way.
The second Dune book.
Yeah.
It's also my favourite book. It's real good. It's the shortest, but it's the best.
It's just fascinating.
General audiences will hate it. I'm fully sure of that.
Oh, 100%. I think it's not going to do well at all critically, but it's going to be real good to watch. Good.
Denny's doing it, man.
See, Denny's going to make it good. I don't know how. He's just going to make it good.
I would love, before Messiah comes out, we should do a Patreon thing where you give your thoughts on what you think will happen. And then we'll track back to that and see how accurate you are.
My prediction so far is obviously pure Nazism, just like, Paul. Bad,
oh, no,
man.
you can't say that.
And the big worm, man. There's going to be a child worm or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Child worm. Jot down child worm.
That little baby's a fucking prick, I can tell you that straight
Anya
up.
Taylor-Joy? No, she's lovely.
Yes, a prick. So, I mean, I don't know anything else. I just know he's probably going to go super evil. I'm going to miss Austin Butler, his bald head.
Yeah, but a man can't stay that bald for that long.
Man can't stay, but he's a young up-and-coming actor. You know
he's got work to do. Himself and Daisy Ridley.
There's another one, actually, Bike Riders. You know that one with him, Tom Hardy and Jodie Comer? We're getting digital release 18 days after cinematic release.
Great, okay.
They're good.
Completely kills any drive to see it.
Just don't worry about it.
It'll just be there forever until it's taken off and forgotten about.
Shaun, it is the end of movie news.
What's that mean?
It is time to move into the weird news section, which means the weird news jingle. The jingle is, I don't know if it's growing on me or if I dislike it more. I'm not quite sure.
Do you listen to the jingle every week? Do you check in on me?
No.
Oh, good. So you've never heard the jingle, is what you're saying?
I think I did once.
And it's the most standard, this is a jingle.
I think I heard it the first week because I wanted to see what you'd pick because I obviously I wasn't there when you chose it, and then I went, that's fine.
I'm not going to fight him on this.
I'm not going to fight him. He's chosen it. He clearly loves it.
The boy made a decision. We're all proud of him.
It's like the big wheel all over again.
Big wheel? What's up with the big wheel?
It's the worst scene. Just never mind. If you're only here for weird news, we're not talking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, yeah, sorry.
Even though We did review it on the Patreon if you've just arrived.
Go check it out.
But anyway, this is Weird News, Shaun. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man too busy sword fighting on top of a big wheel to look at any weird news.
Interesting. And was that easy to do? And was that a good moment?
I'll tell you what it was, Conor. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun is what it was.
It was whimsical. It was, if we wanted to put the word on it, hijinks. It was
tomfoolery, horseplay.
Of course, every movie has them, and it's all the good ones do.
Have you
when I think of Dune 1 and 2, I think of the word hijinks.
Absolute hijinks. Have you seen the trend of people who do, you know, those horses that are just like a horse's head on a stick, and they're like toys?
And they do the actual jumping.
They do actual show jumping. I've just been getting videos of those recently, and it's fascinating.
I think we talked about them on Weird News, but years ago.
Must have been years ago. I know this.
We can do an in-depth dive next week if you want.
Could be. We can do commentary on it.
I mean, I would happily watch it and just see what's going on and just be like, geez, the fucking it's got some springs.
Start giving out odds on it.
So what you're saying is we start at bookies.
Pretty much. Underground, illegal, but a kind of a Peaky Blinders situation.
Ah, perfect. Yes, of course. Don't release that on air, guys.
Yeah, Shaun, cut that out.
Hey Shaun, please, we've come up with the perfect crime. We're going to start off this week, Shaun. We're going to Korea because they created a robot to do all their work for them. And they had a robot administrator, and this was last year that they created this. They set him up, let him loose. And my news to start off this week is Korean robot commits suicide after a year in public service.
Brother, same. Wow, they made a robot kill itself.
South Korea's city council says its robot administrator killed himself by jumping down a flight of stairs
on purpose.
Yes.
How? What did they program the robot to feel?
It's the loss of the country's first suicidal robot.
I mean, he wasn't made to be suicidal. I mean, none of us are. But what series of events led to this?
That's I was literally trying to track that down to figure this out, because according to witnesses, the robot had been circling in one place for some time before
thinking
leaving.
It over. Jesus,
thinking it over, yeah, indicating that something had gone wrong. But the circumstances of the incident are still under investigation, so they wouldn't release what exactly
caused it. They're not treating it as suspicious.
He has knife wounds in his back.
The window was broken from the inside.
The robot was one of the first such creations to be hired by the mayor's office since August 2023. It had been helping employees with daily document delivery, advertising and providing information to local residents. Officially, he was one of us, they said, and he worked very hard. The robot was created by Bayer Robotics, had its own civil servant card, and worked standard hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Unlike other similar robots, this one served several floors at once and could call an elevator to get to them on its own.
But what did it actually do? Was he signing?
Administrative ad hoc tasks.
Good God. Look, as a man who does administrative ad hoc tasks himself, fucking, we lost a good one today.
One the boys.
Another man down.
So he did it for 11 months. So it was August last year, so just under a year. Did it for 11 months, and eventually came to the conclusion, we don't know, we can't tell you one way or the other, but ended up leaping down a set of stairs to destroy itself.
But did it have some sense of, and I'm going to choose my words carefully here,
of what was happening?
Of what was happening? Did it have emotions that were not, and its needs were not met?
It's not stated, it's neither stated yes or no to that question, but it's written like this robot was very aware of what was going on.
That's
and was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. It's the fact that, like, it's directly attributed to the work that the robot was doing.
Yeah, it's not like he's going through a tough breakup. Like,
no.
It was very much like we had him do one file too many, and he decided the stairs were the best option.
But it wasn't like, oh, he malfunctioned.
No.
It's like he decided to do it.
It's like, and also the rotating in a circle at the top made it seem like thinking it over, as you said.
Yeah, that's it's very they put a lot of personality on the robot. You know, I have a theory. My theory is that there was somebody else in the office, right? Now I'm not naming names, but somebody, right? They didn't like their co-worker. And by co-worker I meant the robot, who was doing all of their work, getting all the credit. Everyone's a big fan of the fucking robot. Oh, the robot's so great. Isn't he so fancy? I'm here doing my photocopying. I'm doing my ad hoc tasks. Nobody says, good job, Conor. Nobody says, fantastic work. You're keeping this place afloat. They're always on about the fucking robot. If it just so happens that I'm left alone with that robot, I might start pulling a few wires, you know what I mean? Yeah.
See what happens.
You're suggesting foul play.
I'm suggesting this robot was killed by somebody looking for a promotion, yes.
Interesting. It would be hard to be like, your superior was a robot. Look,
He's the CEO
we
of the
might look
company.
back on that sentence in 50 years and that's an incredibly bigoted thing to say.
Yeah.
But from where robotics and intelligence are now, it's not where I'd personally like to be.
Well, look, I'd be fuming if he got invited to, like, the management meetings and I was stuck doing nothing. Like, they're like, oh, we'll bring the robot in.
Yeah, but what can the robot do?
Sort files, answer questions, search Google.
How competently can he answer it?
I'm assuming you just type a question in and then he answers it.
That's just a computer.
I think so, yeah.
I've got one of them in my pocket.
Must file things.
That's
like, it
again
must put
a
things
computer
away.
can. I think this is is it some startup that they got a gimmick for? Like,
And they tried to kill the robot before people found out that they'd used all the money.
yeah, that they spent all their money on a suicidal robot.
According to the International Federation of Robotics, there is one industrial robot for every 10 workers. So, I mean...
now, does that mean like the arms and stuff on a car assembly line and shit like that? For those that can't see, I mimicked the arms on a car assembly line.
Yeah, I suppose the thing about this is, and look, I'm not going to say our listeners are smart, right? But I am going to say they probably understand the concept of arms.
Hey, every show is someone's first show.
Somebody who doesn't understand the concept of arms.
I know for a fact there's some babies that listen to this show.
They're idiots.
Leave the babies alone, Conor. First the thing with the big wheel and now this.
Look at a big wheel scene. So, I mean, I'm just saying it might be foul play. It might not be. We might have a murder mystery on our hands here. Is there legs maybe for a movie version?
Knives Out 4.
It's like a Fight Club situation where there's one guy who's getting real pissed off that this robot's getting all the credit.
Then it's like his mind was actually put into the robot.
Yeah. And then he becomes the robot.
It's like a RoboCop situation, but it's robot office worker.
And it's called iRobot again.
But we're doing it different this time, slightly different.
iRobot, brackets, we're doing it differently.
More like, why, robot? Why'd you do it? You didn't leave a note.
These are all the brackets. Why, robot? Why did you do it? You didn't leave a note.
Please, get back to me.
Please, ASAP. Shaun, I'm going to move on to our next piece of news, and I feel like this is a little bit of a Shaun Solves.
Interesting.
But it's not an agony ad. It wasn't really sent in anywhere. It's just a story that happened this week.
Oh, well, I can give unsolicited advice. That's fine.
That's what I was hoping for.
Good.
I was hoping for some unsolicited advice to this person because, Shaun, this story happens where Samaya Thomas, and she's only 18, and she basically starts chatting to this guy online, and basically decides that they meet on a dating app, and she's like, come on over to my house. And, we'll maybe have something to eat, Netflix and chill, all that jazz, right? Maybe have a chat with the dead robot.
Right. Then what?
Run on a big wheel.
Oh, cool.
But just, the usual stuff.
Yeah, that's how we met.
But when he's on his way over, she gets a bit of cold feet, right? She gets a bit nervous. So maybe it is this and what I want.
Right.
So what's the natural next step?
You now don't want to go over. You don't want to go on this date.
No. He's coming to her house.
Oh, right.
And she's invited him through the dating app.
But now she's changed her mind.
In maybe the half an hour to an hour, maybe the 2 hours, or maybe they were like, oh, come on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
But in the space between the asking and the actual time, starts changing her mind.
And do you want to postpone it or cancel it entirely? Because that affects my response.
Cold feet to me implies that maybe postponing it, or look, maybe it's just a bit of anxiety. Maybe just cancel it completely. We'll do it again.
Right. Okay. Okay. Mine is it might be a little more scorched earth. My immediate thought is just say you've shit yourself. Because no one's asking follow-up questions to that.
I can't go on a date in my own house because I've shit myself.
I'm continually shitting myself.
I've ruined all of my underwear.
Yeah. No, it's a mess. It's just a deluge.
Oh my God, it's everywhere. It's on the ceilings. You recreate the scene with Daddy Daycare.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere.
So, but that's it's hard to come back from that as a first impression.
Yeah, I think you've kind of ruined everything, yeah.
And you can't just say, I'm sick.
I'm not feeling it today.
Not feeling it today. Could be honest about it.
Yeah.
Or what else could you do?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I know exactly what she did, but that's the most psychopathic thing she could have done. So I'm understanding from where you, the craziest person I know, what you would do in this situation.
Okay. So, I'm assuming just saying, oh, I'm not feeling it. That's out of the question. That you gotta
Ridiculous.
think.
Don't make me laugh.
Okay. I will try till the ends of the earth, Connor. You're a good friend. Okay. On the way over. Don't want you to come over. I've got a half-hour window of things to get things done. I've been robbed. No. I've been murdered. No. Someone's been robbed.
Somebody you love is sick?
Could be a sickness thing, yeah.
I mean, there's a classic of, my mother is sick. I have to look after her.
Yeah, that's an option. But, I got the dates mixed up.
Oh, did I say Saturday? I meant Sunday.
I've shit myself. No, see again.
I've shit myself at all, so I thought it was Sunday.
I'm at therapy? No.
Well, Shaun, this woman in Iowa decided that no, they were all ridiculous ideas. She instead called 911, making false accusations, including that he was a domestic abuser and she was pregnant with his baby, and that he was coming to beat her up. Yes.
That's not and that's not true, first of all.
Oh, they've never met before. They met 6 days before this.
I would say, don't do that. Don't get the police involved.
The shit yourself angle looks a lot more logical
911, now. I've shit myself.
You don't have to ring them to tell them you've shit yourself. They should know as well, just in case.
That's wasting everyone's time. You're telling a lie.
I mean, she rang the police and told her that there's this guy coming over to her house, and that she was with him before, and that he was making really threatening texts to her, and she was like, you gotta get here and sort this out. She also said she'd known the man for 2 years and he wouldn't leave her alone. She reported him basically as a threatening man. Court documents then said when the police responded to the home just north of Iowa City, they found the man in question as he was leaving the house. So he must have turned up, and she was like, you gotta go. And he was like, alright, cool, fair enough. And he's like, this is weird, why did you ask me over and then tell me to leave?
I'm not going to kick up a fuss about it.
You could just say you shit yourself. I would understand.
I'll be honest, I shit myself as well.
I shit myself. Yeah, I'm covered in shit, right? He told police they basically come over to him and they like tackle him down. And,
yeah, because they think he's like the worst man in the world.
Because they think he's a fucking murderer, right? And so they bring him in, And he's like, this is a complete misunderstanding. They're like, yeah,
they all say that.
They all say that. Eventually, it came out, he told police that he started speaking to her 6 days earlier on a dating app, and he verified the information by showing police the text messages.
I'm imagining like 12 police officers around him at this point, like
just like all around,
all like hesitating over the gun.
But like, I think in my head he has it like connected to like the big projector. And he's just like, and then I sent her this.
He's got like a pointer thing, and he's like directing everything on the board.
Like, I've never once met this woman before. Here it is. And then apparently the police had to come out and make a statement saying the conversation showed he was being honest, and he really did just meet her online.
Good God. I mean, does she get in trouble now for doing a false 911?
Oh, this has gone to court, Sean. This has very much gone to court. And she has 2 misdemeanor false reporting charges up against her. But they basically questioned her, and she stuck to the story for like 10 minutes. And then eventually she broke, admitting that she just made up the reports because she got cold feet on the day and just didn't really want to have a date.
You gotta be better at communication, though.
It might just be the most extreme version of just text him and be like, oh, I'm not that interested.
True. On the upside, this man now has the greatest first date story of all time. You could dine out on that story for weeks.
What do you mean?
Because now if they're like, because if you're on a date, it's like, oh, what's the worst date you've ever been on? Well, I got the police call.
Well, look, the good news is, and why I bring this up, is he was only detained for about an hour and a half. So they brought him in. He quickly, I'm assuming, just showed them his phone, and he was immediately just released because they were like, this is obviously bollocks. But it's the concept of her not just being like, hey man, can't do today. Shit myself, and also my mother shit herself, and also the policeman shit himself when I rang.
My robot friend in Korea, terrible news.
Killed himself, and I'm real sad about that. Oh man.
So it's not a good time for a date, as you can imagine.
Make up anything. Anything has to be better than what you date.
Yeah, no, don't call the police on someone if you don't need to call the police on them. That's
a good strategy. That's a very strong. See, you're the relationship guru, so probably moving forward, has she learned anything from this? What does she do maybe the next time she gets cold feet? Because it could happen. Look, sometimes anxiety comes into it, you know what I mean? People get stressed, people get worried, especially a first date. Very stressful situation. If you haven't met them in real life, maybe you just met them online, it can be worrying. So how do you get past that without maybe getting them arrested?
I would bring some of the boys in like black suits with earpieces, and they're my security detail as we go around the date.
And where do you get them?
You got friend of the show Connor Martin. I'm sure he'll jump in.
So you just basically find friends, find some suits, give them earpieces, and just be like, you follow me around.
Yeah, and one drives the car in front, one drives the car behind. We get kind of a motorcade going.
You have a little American flag. She's like, are you the president?
Yeah, we start parking anywhere, and then like we're trying to get into a restaurant, and then my guys frisk the hostess. Got
to check those seats for bugs as well.
Oh yeah, they're doing a sweep of the entire location. You better believe.
Ultimately, how much is this going to cost you?
I mean, you'll do it for free.
I absolutely will not.
No, I'll pay for the date. I'll pay half the date.
Like, go Dutch.
We'll go Dutch. Well, you guys are there, so you can chip in.
I'm fucking bankrupt for advice.
I'll get you a soda and lime if you want.
I have to rent the 2 fucking extra cars as well.
Oh, you'll supply those. I'm sure you'll find them.
We're going to halvesies, right?
Yeah.
We are going to halvesies on the rentals as well.
Sorry, my boys are expensive. They run.
My boys. Don't insult me in front of my boys.
Send in the boys.
Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. By the way, just terrible first date. Don't do that to anyone.
Oh yeah, goes without saying.
If you are going to do it, just maybe ring just somebody you know to come around and be like, oh, that house is full of fucking bugs.
Oh,
Don't go in there, man.
Say you have bed bugs. You know, get one of those fume tents
covered in bed bugs everywhere. They have to fumigate.
Then release.
That's all you do.
Now you're going to have to release some bed bugs, unfortunately, just to make it believable.
So now you got to buy bed bugs. Then you got to find out what's the natural killer of bed bugs, and then we got to go into that situation.
I think it's just chemicals. I don't think they'll die from anything else.
I think they're unkillable.
I'm terrified.
Nothing else will take them out.
I don't like the thought.
It was like last year. They were like all over the place.
Yeah, they were in Europe, like heavy bike.
Yeah,
and I think we escaped most of it, being an island.
Well, I mean, there are planes.
What? No one told me.
Bedbugs don't have passports.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Security's very strict these days. Just ask my boys.
Very strict on the old bedbugs. Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And this was one that caught my eye because obviously the Euros are on this week.
They are.
And last week and next week. So... actually not next week. They're on at the moment, and there's some games on. Germany-Denmark was on last week, and a 21-year-old was spotted in the rafters after climbing to the stadium roof of the Dortmund stadium. And the police, after capturing him, he just said, "I was up there to get good photos of the match." And so, to me, I think this is a bet gone wrong. I wanted to bring this to you because man climbs entire stadium to roof to stand up there. First of all, just has the common themes of wouldn't it be a laugh if you did this?
True. But also, it is a bit of a laugh to do it, isn't it?
I think it's funny for the first 12 climbing strides. And then it becomes, he's definitely going to die if he lets go. And then also when he gets up there, when you get up there, I think you're like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah. Well, you got up, you'll get down. Was he actually taking photos, or was that just a ruse?
So police initially said its officers were currently nearing this person to initiate a conversation and provide a secure transport from the roof. Drones were also deployed to ensure uninterrupted monitoring of the man. This was, by the way, during the match. So the match was going on at the time.
This was going on.
He was going on as well. They were all like, and this is like a scene from a movie where like the big match is going on down, and then like up high in the rafters the police are up there and like, don't do it, stop, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
While the thing is going on in the background.
But
I can see it now.
Assassin's Creeding his way up the entire
basically
stadium.
Tensions de-escalated, however, as the man followed the police instructions after they found him on the footbridge. And the German public broadcasters were showing the footage of the two men, believed the police officers, approaching him and taking his backpack. He had oh man.
That's a heavy climb, my friend.
Heavy climb with the backpack. Also, they're definitely going to think you have a bomb and kill you.
No, he was planning to parachute down, clearly.
Yes, the rucksack that they found had contained his camera gear. So, I mean,
still,
he was up there to take photos.
But like, if that falls on someone, you've killed them essentially.
Oh yeah, you've 100% murdered anyone who that falls on. Yes,
that would change the course of the Euros. Like,
they said he also had a history of climbing high buildings to take photos. Police believe he was involved in two similar incidences in 2022 and earlier this year.
Oh, so he's a serial climber.
He's a serial climber, yes.
He must be pretty good at climbing.
I mean,
why is he so into soccer?
I don't know if he is. I think he's just into climbing.
Climbing and photography, and the soccer just happens.
Climbing and photography, it doesn't matter what the event is.
It's like base jumping. You have to climb a stadium every so often.
You've got to climb it, you know what I mean? And so the captains of Germany and Denmark in the middle of the game were informed that somebody was on the roof. Before the beginning of the second half. They were whispering to like
George Bush. Like.
Just like... they were reading stories to their teammates. Yeah. Another man is on the roof.
A second camera is in his bag.
A second cameraman has been spotted on the roof. The presence of the photographer has brought attention to the possible threats posed to the event itself.
Ooh.
But Shaun, is anyone as good at climbing as this man?
That's the thing. Like, he doesn't even have to be the best climber. He just has to be a better climber than security.
I don't really understand people who get into climbing really high things.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't think we're meant to.
No, I like those videos of those guys are like jumping from one building to the other and they're like 200 feet in the air. No,
fuck that. You're not meant to...
Or doing handstands on the edge of a building.
Oh, I hate that.
No.
The people who like sit with their legs dangling off like cliffs and stuff.
Nope.
I would do that and I would immediately die, and then halfway down I would catch fire.
And then there would be somehow a bomb that hits you like an airstrike.
Like just it would all go wrong at once for me.
Yeah, I think, and you know what, that'd be the best way to go, because I'm like 20 feet back all times.
Oh, I'm not like, I don't look up when I'm going downstairs. Like, I'm not good with that kind of thing. I like to know where my feet are at all times.
Yeah, the videos of like the people who are like sitting on the highest things ever. Did you see that image that was going around? I think it was last week, where it was Will Smith and Tom Cruise sitting on top
Khalifa.
of like. Yeah, and like Will Smith is like strapped into stuff, and he like, you can see in his eyes he's fucking terrified because he's like a billion feet in the air.
Yeah,
and then Tom Cruise has no shoes on and is just sitting there, no straps.
Just absolutely, and he's the happiest he's ever been.
He's like, I could die at any moment, but my weird lizard brain is delighted.
At least I'm feeling something.
Feeling energetic. So Shaun, I think it's time to bring the last weird news story. This is the weird news story that we actually didn't cover last week because we had to bring up your weird thing where you were chewing on gum and then swallowing chewing gum.
You didn't have to bring that up. You decided
to you brought
it
up, and it's the worst thing you've ever said.
Nah, I've said worse.
So I don't know about that. Well, actually, that time you did accuse me of doing all those terrible things because I insulted a movie.
It's only an accusation if it's untrue.
It's only a baseless accusation. I'm allowed to make them.
Hey, you can make those for free. That's fine.
New Jersey man allegedly flew to Florida to attack fellow gamer with hammer.
What?
Florida man has been tracked down by New Jersey man.
So Florida man's the victim in this one then?
Over a video game.
What video game?
It actually does... I'm trying to find
Surely
out
it's...
A New Jersey man allegedly flew to Florida, attacked a fellow gamer with a hammer over an online dispute. He faces an attempted murder charge now. The two men had never met in person before the suspect showed up at the victim's house, apparently to confront him. This is from the Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper, which I think is a great name.
Great name. There's a man who'd climb a stadium now, is Bill Leeper.
I'll tell you there now, that's Bill Leeper. That's Big Willie Leeper, if you ask for me. The incident is believed to have originated from an online altercation, where calling the case a weird one. The suspect, Edward Kang, who is 20, allegedly gained entry into the victim's home through an unlocked door and, wearing all black clothes, gloves and a mask, threatened him with a hammer when the victim got up from gaming to use the bathroom late in the morning.
Gee, so, man, you would not expect that though, would you? Like, so, the 1v1 me bro actually happens.
Where they played an online game against each other, and Florida man was talking his shit. And he was like, you'll do fucking nothing, you fucker, you absolute dickhead. I would kill you in a fight. If this came to it over this game of FIFA or Madden or whatever we were playing, I will murder you in real life, bro. You don't want this.
That's a long time to stay angry.
So from New Jersey, he flew to Florida to see if this guy could back up his words.
New Jersey to Florida flight time. That's gotta be, that's hours, like 2 hours, 16 minutes, but you gotta get through security and stuff. He must have got the hammer when he arrived as well. So,
he and his stepfather, Kang, the stepfather was woken up by the screams for help, and they were able to disarm the suspect and restrain him until deputies arrived.
They were playing Arcade.
Yes.
Which is that's been dead for years as far as I know as a game. The victim and
suspect allegedly knew each other from the online video game Arcade. The Korean massive multiplayer online role-playing game will no longer even be accessible in the United States as of last week.
That's fucking mad. It went out in Europe ages ago.
They cited the decline of number of active players, so they might be the only two active players still left in the United States.
That's really
And they
funny.
were fighting each other.
And do you think this will generate some interest in Arcade? Think it's a good thing for Arcade?
Well, how old is Arcade?
I think it was like 2012 it came out or something. It's been winding down.
apparently Cag, who's the guy who turned up, reportedly told his family he was going to meet a friend he met years ago through an online video game. He flew from Newark, New Jersey to Jacksonville, Florida, and arrived at a hotel near the victim's home early on Friday morning. He allegedly then went and purchased a hammer and a flashlight at a hardware store upon landing, with receipts found in his hotel room. Then planned the whole thing, turned up at the guy's house and threatened him with the hammer over the video game arcade.
That's fucking insane. What did he do to him?
What could he have possibly done to him in this game?
Because I've been scammed in RuneScape before, but Jesus.
Did you get scammed in RuneScape? What happened?
I dropped all my gear, a guy told me he'd enchant it and he just took it and logged out. I was 9. That's when I realised people are bad.
You were so full of hope and dreams.
The one time I straight up just gave a dude my password, and then when I logged back in like a week later, I just had 9,999 gold in my inventory.
Wait, it actually went the other way around.
It worked out. Yeah. I made a net zero on like
hang on here. Are you the only person in history who, when somebody, an adult, was like to you as a 9-year-old, hey, give me your password for your game, and you gave it, they actually followed through with the I'll give you $1 billion?
Yeah, they did. I still have that login. I wonder what happened to it.
Do you know what? This reminds me of the scene in there's a scene in New Girl where Nick and Jess are talking. They're like, people are ultimately terrible, and then Jess is like, people are ultimately great. And Nick has a time of like somebody walking home and like pushed him into the bushes, and then Jess tells a story of a time where she's walking home and a guy comes up in a van and is like, hey, you want some sweets in this van? And then she like looks at him and is like, cause my granny made way too much. And then his granny's sitting behind her with a big bag of sweets.
Jesus Christ. It's basically the same.
So you're like, you basically were the only person that's ever worked for.
Yeah. Now, look, they might have tried to use that password on other things, but I was 9, so I only had a RuneScape account at the time.
I mean, I'd like you to try and go back in and see how much money you have left.
Yeah, I wonder, surely they wiped it. Otherwise, inflation, I might be. You
didn't even change the password, like, after you got it.
I know. I was kind of done with it, I suppose, but I'll try log in and I'll report back. That'd be fun.
I want to see what happens. And are you like the Jeff Bezos of like RuneScape?
Maybe I'm like this mythical creature, and the economy's never been the same since I stopped playing.
You took all the money from everyone.
I just hoarded it.
What if, when that guy stole all of your stuff, as a 9-year-old, you flew to where he was living and then killed him, or attempted to kill him with a hammer?
Well, look, I would say statute of limitations. I could admit to that now if I had.
Technically, you actually could. Yeah,
I was never prosecuted.
But this also goes to say he knew where he lived.
You can find people fairly easily.
That seems a bit creepy to say online, but yeah, that's cool.
I know there's a dude I know, I follow him on TikTok, and he just finds people. He's really good at GeoGuessr, so he just gets like your Facebook picture, and it's like, oh, that was taken here. It's terrifying.
Likely fucking story. Yeah. He's got a few bodies, I'd say, buried.
Yeah, I could find your address.
You know where I live.
I know. I use it to send you birthday presents. So
yes, you could.
Yeah, see, it's easy.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Oh no, you could find my address.
I do know where you live as well, yes.
You show up with a hammer.
But for no reason, just like, oh, I got your hammer. Oh, hey man, congratulations.
Oh, you'd like this.
Congratulations, I'm heading off now. So I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Shaun.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast, not Movie Mondays. That's a segment.
Oh my God.
Big thank you to all of our patrons. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. And big shout outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles Loves You and hopes you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Pollen can go fuck itself, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine will only accept MCU Galactus in Paul Mescal GAA shorts. True. It's the ideal Galactus. Russ, I got bored, so I'm perfecting Jedi mastery off screen like Luke. It's actually rather easy, Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim has released a new episode of Can Columbo Crack the Case. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribe to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan bucket is good too. Kyle Borowski, Rory, Sean sub to the Patreon after 10 creamy pints, Peter Bobiter, Banana Fan of Fofeater, Fee5 Fomeater, Peter, Jack Markham and Barlow Cheese. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate you. Make sure to, if you're not on the Patreon, you can join to get the invite to the live show, or you can message us. But if you're on the Patreon, you get the invite automatically. And it also just helps us keep making the show. There is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
I shall see you all next case.
Bye.
Bye.